Hello, it's Jason again from M.A.R.S, and today we're talking about an urgent blog that we're releasing. It's called "The Even Reliable Sources Are Known to Make Mistakes." Basically, this is about some misinformation that was released on the EPA Amalgam Separator Regulation. The EPA Amalgam Separator Regulation is a long and somewhat confusing document that requires an extensive knowledge on mercury amalgam and amalgam separators. M.A.R.S applauds any organization, government group, or company that attempts to supply the dental industry with an easy-to-understand explanation of what's expected from dental practices to guarantee their compliance. Since the regulation was sent to print July 14, 2017, there has been substantial release of conflicting information on the EPA regulation, confusing dental professions and potentially leaving many of them non-compliant. Many dental professionals, even local control groups like water treatment plants, look to the dental industry giants, similar to the American Dental Association, for the right information on topics like the EPA regulation. M.A.R.S was pleased to see the ADA has taken upon themselves to make the EPA regulation accessible and understandable for the dental professionals who may not have the time to read the entire EPA regulation. Unfortunately, mistakes can even be made by an organization like the American Dental Association. Many look to the ADA for the right information. When they accidentally release misinformation, the dental industry sees the information as correct, which could result in confusion. Image 1 shows the EPA Amalgam Recycling Rule flowchart released by the ADA on September 8, 2017. Though most of the details on this chart are accurate, two significant points were close to being correct, but were missing some vital information. Installed amalgam separators must comply with the following best management practices maintained by replacing an amalgam retaining cartridge, amalgam canister or separator canister, or unit as directed by manufacturer, or annually, whichever comes first. Though the statement is very close to the EPA regulation, there's one addition the ADA seemed to have accidentally added, which was "or annually," which made their statement incorrect. Below is a direct quote from the EPA regulation. The amalgam retaining units must be replaced in accordance to the manufacturer's schedule as specified in the manufacturer's operating manual. When the amalgam retaining unit is reached to the maximum level or specified by the manufacturer in the operation manual, at which the amalgam separator can perform to a specific efficiency, whichever comes first. A conversation the president of M.A.R.S had with the EPA on November 2, 2017 confirmed all amalgam separators are to be maintained to manufacturer specifications. The ADA may have been confused, as most filter-type amalgam separators require their systems to be maintained at a minimum of every 12 months or when it's full, which usually occurs every 6 to 8 months. Systems like the M.A.R.S Liberty Boss do not require maintenance or inspection for up to 3 years. In addition to the regular maintenance of amalgam separators, as mentioned in the Ohio EPA flowchart in Image 2, if an amalgam separator manufacturer requires routine inspections, an inspection log is needed to be kept on record for up to 3 years. Most filter-type amalgam separators require weekly checks. The Sometics HG5 NEC supplies an inspection log for dental practice to keep track of their regular required examinations. If you have a no-maintenance amalgam separator, which is designed to never require inspections, an inspection log is not necessary. The second point was in the EPA or the ADA's EPA flowchart, separators already installed, good until June 14, 2027, or units need to be replaced, whichever comes first. This statement is referring to any dental practice who installed an amalgam separator before June 14, 2017. Though the statement made by the ADA is technically right, it does require a disclaimer, as there's more information, or there's more to the EPA regulation regarding the grandfathering than mentioned. The following is a direct line from the EPA regulation regarding the existing amalgam separators. The final rule allows dental offices to continue to operate existing amalgam separators for their lifetime or 10 years, whichever comes first, as long as the dental discharge complies with the other rule requirements, including specified BMPs, operation and maintenance, reporting, and record-keeping requirements. Once the separator needs to be replaced or the 10-year period has ended, dental offices will need to replace an amalgam separator with one that meets the requirements of the final rule. What this segment of the EPA regulation is stating: you are allowed to keep your current amalgam separator as long as it meets the required standards. If your local control group, such as a water treatment plant, finds your amalgam separator does not meet their standards, they have the right to require you to replace your amalgam separator with better technology. When purchasing an amalgam separator, it is good practice to ensure the manufacturer of the compliance product offers a written guarantee to comply with all current or future standards. A written guarantee of compliance should state that the manufacturer will make the appropriate changes to your amalgam separator at their cost if your amalgam separator is found not meeting your local standards. According to the EPA ADA has been made aware of their mistake and trusts that the ADA will be doing what is in their power to correct the misinformation they gave their members and the dental industry. M.A.R.S has written this blog as we feel it is essential to assist trusted governing bodies like the ADA in ensuring their members have the right information to guarantee their compliance. It is encouraged that dental professionals always double-check your source's information, even with a reputable source such as the ADA. As the theme of this blog would suggest, even reliable sources can make mistakes. If you are uncertain the information you have received is correct, try reaching out to your local control groups such as your local water treatment plants or your EPA. M.A.R.S strives to be a leading source of information for the EPA Amalgam Separator Regulation. We are continually in contact with experts, water treatment plants, and the EPA to ensure the information we provide our followers is correct and the most up-to-date. If you were to have any questions about amalgam separators, evacuation line cleaners, and the EPA Amalgam Separator Regulation, please do not hesitate to contact our experts at 1-866-594-3648 or follow us at marsbiomed.com to read our weekly release of updated information. Thank you for reading or listening to this blog, and have yourself a great day.